Live from the Sky News Centre, this is Live at 5 with Martin Popplewell.
Well, after previous null point showings in a lowly 19th place, last time Britain entered or was accused of not taking the Eurovision Song Contest seriously. But all that could be about to change, with a list of famous names vying for this year's entry. Well, ex-Atomic Kitten singer Liz McCann sold 8 million records with her former bandmates. Now she's hoping a solo hit with Don't Make It Happy. Brian Harvey had a string of smash hits with E17. That's him there. He was, of course, sacked for bragging about ecstasy use. He's since recovered from a serious car accident that put him in a coma, and says the idea of taking part in Eurovision came to him in a dream, perhaps a nightmare. The bookie's favourite, though, is Justin Hawkins, this man up here, frontman for glam rockers The Darkness. His song, They Don't Take 'Em Like That Used to Be, he's vowing to become the new Cliff Richard. Well, let's go live now to New York and speak to John Kennedy O'Connor, one of the foremost experts on the Eurovision Song Contest. He's the author of the official history of the Eurovision Song Contest. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. What is it that captivates so many people about this contest?
I don't know. It's very hard to say, isn't it? It's so wonderfully wacky. There's so many wonderful things to watch in it. We all, of course, remember Lordi from last year, the Monsters from Finland. I think it cuts across so many different, too many different genres, doesn't it?
And who would you put your money on out of the three people that we were just mentioning there in terms of our entrants?
Well, I think probably Hawkins is probably the favourite, and from what I've heard, I think it's very likely that he will go through. The one you didn't mention, actually, is the one I think the UK viewers should pick, which is a lovely little French girl called Cindy, who has a very dramatic, very emotive ballad. And that, I think, is the song that is the best one to give the UK a chance this year.
Since I'm actually speaking to one of the foremost experts on the Eurovision Song Contest, perhaps you can help me. Why is Israel always taking part in this contest? Not a country you necessarily think of as being part of Europe.
No, that's true. And of course, Morocco were in the contest one time as well. It's actually to do with membership of the European Broadcasting Union. And if you're a member of that organisation, and that actually encompasses countries as far away as Australia, then you have the right to take part in the contest if you choose.
And how many people are actually taking part in this year's?
This year it's a record. It's 42 countries, which is the highest there's ever been. There'll be the semi-final featuring 28 countries, and then 10 of them will join the 14 finalists on the big night. And of course, the UK this year is the last country to choose, so we actually know what the opposition is already. So we've got a good opportunity to pick right tonight.
There's always an awful lot of politics involved in this contest. I think the year that we didn't get any points was one of the years just after the Second Gulf War, and lots of people suggested that that caused us to lose an awful lot of support. Do you think the same issues are going to affect this year?
No, I don't. I don't think it's got anything to do with politics at all. I know everybody points out that the eastern countries tend to vote together, but it's actually not enough to help you win. If you want to win the contest, you have to get broad support from everybody. I'm afraid the year the UK got 0 points, they got 0 points because they entered a rotten song. OK, thank you very much indeed for that, John Kennedy O'Connor. Much appreciated. The top stories here.